Welcome back. We are now joined by Sports Information Director Clark Teuscher. Clark, thanks for stopping by.
Good to be here.
Well, the football team starts off 4-1, putting up some impressive numbers along the way.
Yeah, it was kind of a deceptive matchup. You look at Augustana at 0-4, and it would be easy to think of them as a pushover, but they'd had 4 extremely close losses, 2 of them in the last second, and they were pretty charged up to try and get their first win. They changed a lot of things on defense to try and make things difficult. We were starting a freshman quarterback, Tyler Dicken, but the team adjusted well and were able to come away with what turned out to be a pretty comfortable victory.
That's got to be one of the best 0-4 teams we've ever seen the Cardinals play.
Yeah, you would think so. They've really had some tough matchups and having some trouble getting going under a new head coach this year, but they certainly brought their A game Saturday night.
Going back a couple games, the Cardinals set a modern-day scoring record against Olivet College when they put up 86 points. Is that something you'd ever see in a football game?
You certainly wouldn't expect it, especially the way it happened. What with the number of players that took a part in that. I think we had 6 or 7 different players scoring touchdowns in that game. We ran 3 different kickers to kick in extra points, and it would be easy to look at the box score and say, well, they ran up the score on these guys. But anybody who watched the game would be able to tell you that wasn't the case.
Well, the Cardinal Report was there for all the action on Saturday against Augustana. In case you missed it, let's go to the highlight. Offensive coordinator Jeff Thorne and the Cardinal offense own the highest scoring average in the nation heading into their matchup against the 0-4 Augustana Vikings. Freshman Tyler Dicken gets the start at QB for the Cardinals. In the first quarter, Dicken in the shotgun looking left and finds Jeff Stolzenberg deep in Viking territory, who pulls in the 38-yard grab to the Augie 2. That would set up Jordan Tassio's pitch to Nick Kukoc, who takes it in for the 1-yard score, and Cardinals head into halftime up 7-0. In the third quarter, Dicken able to handle the low snap and has plenty of time to scan the defense and hits Nick Hicks on the sideline for the 23-yard gain. Cardinals back to work at midfield. This time Dicken hands it to Kukoc running left with the stiff arm going 18 yards to the Augustana 31. Next play, it's Tassio showing his moves and shedding defenders behind some nice blocking by his offensive lineman. He adds another 18 yards and a Cardinal first down to the Viking 13. The drive would stall, but Nick Dace comes on to attempt the 34-yard field goal. This one splits the uprights to give the Cardinals a 10-0 lead in this defensive battle. But the Viking offense answers back. Senior QB David Lee finds Zach McCullough for the 28-yard gain. Then on the next play, Lee, keeping it himself this time, brings it inside the Cardinal 20 for the first time all game. That sets up Brady Rogers from 25 yards out. Field goal attempt is up and good, and make it a 10-3 game. As we head into the final quarter, Dicken and the offense find themselves pinned deep in their own territory, but he gives them some breathing room on a 24-yard pass to Chad O'Kane. Cardinals move into Viking territory, and Tassio sells the fake right, and Dicken says, "I'm going left." The freshman QB showing his speed as he outruns the Augustana secondary on his way to a 42-yard touchdown run. And it's the Cardinal defense putting the nail in the coffin as Valente Garza comes off the edge. He'll hit Lee as he throws, and Kane Thompson right there to make the pick, and he's off to the races with Theron Wright blocking in front, and Thompson caps off the scoring, and the Cardinals go on to victory 24-3. So, Clark, we know every football game is important, but do the Cardinals sort of look ahead to some of those rivalry matchups, like Wheaton for the Brass Bell?
I think they would do that at their peril. I think it's not a conference that you want to go looking ahead, particularly with some of the matchups they have coming up. Certainly Wheaton is one that's circled on the calendar all year long, but there's a lot of work to be done before they get to that point.
Well, one team already finished up their CCIW play with the women's golf team getting second place in the tournament.
Yeah, it's the second straight year, and it's the highest they've ever finished, so certainly something to be proud of. Again, very consistent play across 3 days. I think they were within 2 strokes of their of the same 18-hole score for all 3 rounds of the tournament. So more of the same, and certainly a good performance. Not quite where they wanted to be. They thought they might have a chance to challenge Illinois Wesleyan for the title, but they've won it 10 times in a row because they're good at what they do. So just had to go back to the drawing board and hit it even harder next year.
2 second-place finishes, still something to be proud of. What do you think it's going to take to take down that top dog?
Well, they're just going to have to keep working, keep recruiting talented players who are willing to work hard and hit the course. Outside of the times when they're at an organized practice and play a lot in the summer and kind of find ways to work on their game and work on the things that they are short on. So it's just going to take a whole lot of hard work.
women's tennis team, they finished 5th in the conference, but they do have a doubles team that's the first Cardinal victory ever in conference. Am I right?
Yeah, they really worked hard, and we're very proud of the fact that they were in the championship round to begin with. And it's unfortunate that the team doesn't finish in the top 4 and they're not eligible for the automatic qualifier tournament in the spring, but certainly gives them some things to work on and move forward for the future.
Well, Clark, we appreciate you stopping by and filling us in on all things North Central athletics.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have for this edition of the Cardinal Report. Make sure to check in next time as we keep you up to date on all North Central athletics. I'm Marc Dahlquist. See you next time on the Cardinal Report.